Welcome back in with King Family to another F1 Clash video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at two parts, and we're going to be seeing which one is going to be best, or which one is best to use in what kind of scenario. I would say, instead of to say which one is best or not, because they're both good in their respective scenarios. All right, so lately I've seen this came up, and I decided I'm going to be making a video on it to explain it to you guys. For those of you who want the explanation, some of you might not want the explanation. As you can see from the title and the thumbnail, we're talking about the True Grit and the Claw. Which one of them should you use? But in my experience, I see both of them as two good parts. I see both of them has their ups, their goods and their bads. In your races, it's just depending on what style of races you're doing and what you're trying to do. All right, so for the Claw, it's going to give you max power, grip, and aero. All right, and it's going to give you a lower reliability. It's also going to be giving you a faster pit time. Now, fast pit time on its own this season has not really mean much for players, as reliability now plays a big factor in how fast your pit stop is going to be. Unless you're going to stop without servicing, then the fast pit time will play a role. All right, and we see the AI's cars are stopping really fast at about 2.4 seconds going up in every single race. So if you want to go for like a much faster car, where you're going to be going for like the fastest lap, and you want to be putting in some fast times on the track, then you want to go with the Claw. All right, however, you're going to be slowed in the pits with the Claw versus the True Grit. The Claw is going to give you a slower pit stop compared to the True Grit. So we're going to be jumping out here, running a race here with the Claw, and then we're going to come back and we're going to run a race with the True Grit. All right, so that's the ups with the Claw. You can get the fastest lap, and it gives you a faster car in terms of power, aero, and grip. As you know, reliability does not really contribute to how fast your car goes around the track. It only contributes to how fast you exit that pit. You get that pit stop in, how fast you get out there. All right, so for players looking to go for the fastest lap and so on, the Claw would be the pick for you if you're looking for the most speed and the most power you could get out of your car to go around the track. Then the Claw is going to be the part for you. All right, we're going to be talking about the True Grit next. All right. However, you just still need to know that the True Grit is going to give you slower pit stops than the Claw. Even though you're seeing the Claw has a faster pit stop time, it's only making the faster pit stops if you're doing no servicing stops. All right. Once it's servicing, the True Grit is going to win the servicing stop battle. All right, so let's go here, and we're going to test this. So we got a nice start off at Jeddah as well. So tracks like Jeddah here, the Claw will be doing really well because of the wide track, the long straights. So the Claw is going to power through and pick up these positions here at Jeddah. Compared to the True Grit, it probably will be more relaxed at Jeddah here as the Claw goes through and make up some position. All right, we're going to hold for there, then we're going to boost the Claw there. Yeah, we don't want to push or Bottas too much. We want him to do 3 laps, so we're going to cut him up to conserve, where we're going to be pushing the Claw, pushing the soft tires to try and squeeze into position. All right, no picked up there, and then we're going to cut back Bottas down, give him some support. Want him to have enough tires to do those 3 laps. And we're going to boost around here, down the inside. There we go. Cut back down. And then we're going to come into for a pit stop with Ricardo here. And we're going to boost from there with Ricardo. We're going to do a no servicing pit stop with him here, as we have a good amount of servicing bar. And we're going to cut up Bottas to regular driving to go around here. Cut him back down. Alright, so 264 was Ricardo's stop, and that was with no servicing. That's the only way the claw is going to beat the true grit with no servicing. Once you're going to be doing service stops, the true grit is going to be winning the claw because the true grit gives you a higher amount of reliability that increases your servicing stop time. All right. We're going to do now 2 laps with our Bottas. Let's boost him in. We could do a no servicing stop here with Bottas as well, so let's do that, no servicing, as we have a good amount of reliability of servicing bar there. And we see now Ricardo has picked up for P1, and we're going to bring him in to pit again here. Now this time we're going to service Ricardo, and we want to take a look and record the time for Ricardo stops with servicing here. So I'm going to take a recording of his stop. Alright, so here is Ricardo's stop. Going in, and we see, alright, so 4.33 seconds for Danny Ricciardo with service in there with the claw, 4.33. Alright, so let's continue with Bottas, and then we're going to make another stop with Valtteri. We're just going to come back to hards with Valtteri and boost him to finish from there. And we also want to record Valtteri's stop as we let our Ricardo boost along, and he should pick up back P1 as those cars should be going back to pit down the inside. Now to go and hunt down Charles Leclerc. Oh, it's Valtteri Bottas out there, and then he's going to make another stop with no servicing for, and let's record Bottas' stop. So we see Valtteri stop at 4.45. Alright. And he's going to be boosting to finish on those hards as we go in now with our Ricardo for his stop. Looks like Bottas tires has went out. Yes, they have. Our tires stayed in a little longer. And we got a 268, which is nice. And we're going to cut him down to regular driving from here as our Bottas fires around down the inside. Good try from Valtteri to go for the inside line there, didn't make it. Firing past pit. So as I said, if you want the car to be fast, we're also, no, the lap time is not going to vary because we're not going to be getting back Jeddah in the next race, but the faster, if you're looking for the fastest lap times, you're going to be getting the True Grit. The Claw is going to give you those. Alright. While the True Grit will give you a slower lap time, but it will give you a faster pit stop with servicing. Alright. So that's the difference into the main difference in the True Grit and the Claw in the entire debate on which one is the best one to use. They're both good in their respective scenarios. Alright, so if you're like at the front of the pack and you could stay longer in the pits, then I would say go with the Claw, because you're gonna need those faster lap times because you're out front. But if you're like in midfield and you want those faster pit stops, then I would say go with the True Grit, as it will deliver those faster pit stops for you. Alright, so there we go, nice win. Alright, so let's jump on in to the next race where we're going to be putting in the True Grit, and we're going to see the differences in the pit stop times in that race. Alright, and as you can see, even though we did 2.69 with the pit stop time, there you see AI Magnussen got a faster time than us anyways. Alright, so let's jump on to the next race. Alright, so now we've put on the True Grit, and as you can see, our power, aero, and grip has gone down a bit from the Claw. but our reliability have increased by a lot. So we're going to be jumping in here to see how we do. And currently this setup with the True Grit also gives you max power, arrow, grip, and reliability. So it gives you max of all tiers. In terms of score, overall score, you're going to be getting a higher overall score with the True Grit in there. All right, so if you're going like for power level setup, though this season power level hasn't been like how it used to been in previous seasons, but if you're going for like power level setup, then the True Grit would be the better part to go for that. All right, so let's jump on into a race now at Bahrain, and we're gonna look at the no servicing times as well to see which one will be faster. And I could say hands down the True Grit times are gonna be faster than the claw times here. All right, let's go. So we got outmatched in this one by this rival. Guess he has a maxed out Ricardo and a maxed out Bottas. So he got that 1-2 qualifiers. Nice. Inside line there, Ricardo. The inside line was like wide open and Ricardo didn't take advantage. Let's see if Bottas can hold the inside. No, he didn't. He switched out here. But as we want to be testing, so the True Grit here is going to give you a bit slower lap times. You're not going to get the fast lap times you will be getting with the claw. You're going to get a little bit slower lap times. However, your drivers will still do their job. But if you're looking like for fastest lap and you're going to be using the True Grit, you're not going to get the fastest lap with the True Grit. Players using the claw will get a faster lap than you using your True Grit. All right. However, the True Grit is designed to give you a higher reliability, so it's going to give you a higher servicing time, a faster servicing time than the claw that takes away from your reliability and gives you a slower servicing time. All right. So let's boost now Ricardo from here. Cut Bottas up to regular driving, and then we'll cut him back down. And we'll just let Ricardo go drive as he's going to go into pit for his first stop. We're going to go softs with no servicing. And then we're going to come back. Nice inside line there from Ricardo on Bottas. Now he can swing past the rival Bottas. Inside line. Good try. Rival Bottas defends and boosts out. Alright, so we're going to go in now for his pit stop. No servicing. You were seeing 2.6 something with no servicing, and we're getting 2.87s with no servicing here. But we're going to be getting faster times with servicing. Let's wait and see. Alright, as for Bottas, we're going to bring him in. We brought him in for some softs with no servicing in our last race, so we're going to do the same. So we can get a good time on his no servicing after X amount of laps, which should be the same amount of laps as previous race, even though it's a different track. Alright, so here we go with Ricardo going around, and now he's going to come in for his servicing pit stop, in which we're going to come back to mediums with him and service. As Bottas comes in, we're going to do 2 laps on his softs, and then come in for fresh pair of softs with servicing for Bottas. Alright, so Ricardo's servicing bar looks a little bit lower than it was, so we should see a longer servicing time for him here, but let's wait and see how long is it going to be with the claw. And here he comes, and we're going to record Ricardo's servicing time at, there we go, 440, 4.40. So with less servicing than his servicing with the claw, you saw he did a 440. Now we're going to go in with or Bottas with servicing. So that would be a faster servicing stop than the 4.33 that he did on Jeddah. Let's bring in Bottas, who did a 4.45. Let's see what his servicing, his tires and servicing bar is kind of more consistent with his Jeddah race. So we want to see here what his time is going to be when he goes to pit, if he's going to be beat 4.45. And there we go, 4.25. Yep, so there we go. So as I said, I expect servicing pit stops with servicing to be faster with the True Grit than the Claw. However, the Claw will give you faster lap times around the track. All right, so that's the main difference between the True Grit and the Claw. So hopefully this video helped you guys to make your decision which one you want to use, True Grit or Claw, based off of what you're aiming for in said race. All right, so it's not necessarily which one is better than one. They're both good in their respective rights. It's just that one will give you a faster pit stop time, while one will give you a faster lap time around the track. So you decide which one you think is best for you. And as I said, if you're like out front, then the fastest lap will be the better result for you, because you're already out there. You could stay a little extra in the pits. And if you're in the back, the fastest pit stop would be better for you. All right, so hopefully this video explained it for you. Hopefully now you guys have a better understanding on the True Grit and the Claw, which one you want to be using, and hopefully this video made sense for you guys. All right, so use code word PICK down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys who watched the full video, for all your support. And that's basically going to be it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Well, good guys. Bye. Shout out to Marco Pedrana, Vid Mantis, Alfredo Jr., and Touch My Dilly.
If we'll only avoid any confrontation.